What's up, dudes? Battlestar Max here. Welcome back to another video, and today we are back with another one command creation by TheRedEngineer. So basically, this command is called the Extra Utilities command, and it's based off of the mod, of course, the Extra Utilities. And so it has a whole bunch of things that Minecraft should have, like weather controllers. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but you guys should check it out. His link will be in the description, and it'll be at the end of this video. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so I have the machine behind me, and there's a whole bunch of signs. Here, we'll destroy it if you right click, and you can see the item recipes. You can activate and deactivate the machine like this, but I want to keep it active. And so basically you can see just by scrolling around in the chat that there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing. So let's get straight into it. So first off, we will have the barrier, and to craft this you will need 1 obsidian and 1 glass. And when you drop this on the floor, you will get of course a barrier, and it's like the normal barriers. You can't get it through the creative inventory, you can only get it through commands. And so when you place it down, it acts like the normal ones, except you might have one question. If you're in survival mode, how do I break this? Well, there is another thing that the TheRedEngineer added, which is the barrier breaker. So if you take 1 obsidian and 1 TNT, you will get the barrier breaker, and when you place it near barriers, it will blow up any barriers in a 4 to 5 block radius. So next up, we will have the sound muffler, and so to craft this you need a note block and a barrier, and this is based off of the actual extra utilities. So let's say if you have a super noisy mob farm, or if you have a lot of mobs in one area, let's say cows, it'll be very, very, very noisy. And so basically, to fix this, just place a sound muffler, and boom, no more sound from any animals. But let's say if an animal, oh well, they just spawned, but let's say if an animal, like, it even doesn't scream or anything, but let's say if it gets out of the, I think, 10 or 20 block radius, it will start making sounds again and all of that. So next up, we will have the weather controller, and it's quite expensive, 1 cauldron and 1 nether star. When you throw these together on the floor, again, you will get, of course, the weather controller. And so what this does is when you spawn it down, beautiful squid will appear for a few seconds, but then you get this thing. And so this can actually be used to control the weather with a bucket and a water bucket. And so if you have these two, and let's say if you want it to rain for some reason, you place it in the cauldron, and then instantly it starts raining. And similarly, if you want it to, the weather to be clear, you can right click this again, and then it'll suddenly go to clear weather, which is quite useful if, let's say, you're growing a farm or something, or fishing, because when you fish when it rains, you get more fish, of course. So let's move on. So next up, we have something, I would call it like useful to armor stands. It's not really a crafting recipe, but let's say if you take an armor stand, and let's say if you want to add arms, you drop 2 sticks on the armor stand, and it will suddenly have arms and make a cool zipper sound. And also, if you want to, let's say if you want to remove the base plate, just drop a barrier near its base, and it should disappear. Similarly, if you want to get it back, drop a stone slab, and it will come back. But just keep in mind that when you throw a stone slab, the stone slab will disappear. So make a decision if you want the base plate or not, because you're going to be wasting a lot of stone slabs. And so you can also make the armor stand spin. Okay, so if you have a piston and you throw it on the armor stand, it will suddenly start spinning around, looking really cool. So it works like a regular armor stand. So we can take some like this, maybe have chain boots and a leather cap, and we can make it hold like some shears, and then we can put these all on the armor stand, and it looks amazing. So next up, we have the bone meal bomb, and we have to be near farms or anything to use this, and any crops that grow, or even like baby sapling trees. So basically, you drop 5 bone blocks on the ground, and suddenly it'll start creating this really weird sound, and everything will start growing really quick in your whole Minecraft world. So let's say even if we place a sapling way over, like on the mountain over here, it'll still grow because the bone bomb is activated, the bone meal bomb. And so it only lasts for around 30 seconds. You see the tree just grew right there. And so eventually it'll wear out, but you can't pick this up once you place it down. So be careful when to use it. Let's say if you want all your crops to grow. And so all of these are growing up. The villagers are having a great harvest, and this is just beautiful. So next up we have something called quicksand. So let's say what you need to do is build a 2-block deep hole, place some cobwebs, and then you can place either coarse dirt, sand, or gravel, and they all work similar. If you walk onto them, you will start sinking and I suppose die. And so this works on all types: coarse dirt, sand, and gravel. So very useful for traps. So let's move on. So the final one here is the advanced Elytra or jetpack. So to do this, you need to drop an anvil down and rename an Elytra advanced Elytra. And so once we do that, well, once you put it on, you'd see that nothing will happen. It acts like a regular Elytra. But the good part about this is if you drop like some coal, it'll say 30 seconds of thrust power. So when you click shift, you'll start going up. This is very useful for survival. And then once you're up, you can kind of fly. It's basically infinite flight if you have a lot of coal. So very useful for flying around long travels. And so you can do this again in creative, and we can go around and then land very nicely. So the final feature is graves. So let's say if I take my jetpack here and I go into survival, when I click them, when I give myself some more thrust, and I go up, shoot shift, you notice that I will take fall damage even when I go like this. So let's say if you die and instead of losing your stuff, all your stuff goes into a grave. So if we fly over, oh my goodness, I'm inside some water. Be right back. So you see we have this little tiny grave here, and instead the TheRedEngineer before, I think he used, when you shift on the grave you will get all your stuff back. The TheRedEngineer didn't use blocks because let's say if you die in bedrock, it will create a hole in bedrock and it would look terrible and you could fall into the void. So instead he used a cute little armor stand model. So let's go into the installation. So to install the machine, you first need a command block. If you don't know how to get that, you do give @p Minecraft command block 1. And so you will get this beautiful orange command block. You place it down and you paste the command that's going to be in the description. Click always active and the machine will be generated within seconds. Looks really cool here, and so all credit to TheRedEngineer, it says right down there. And so of course we have the machine, you can activate it, deactivate it, and look up the recipes. And finally, to destroy it, you click this sign. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you liked this video, and also leave a like if you liked it. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!